What up, y'all? My name is Chris Glenn. Today is the start of a new show, a new era called Real Mavs Show. Obviously, we just talking about specifically Dallas Mavericks. My name is Chris Glenn, host of this show. And here on the other side, point to the right way, we have Jug Glenn, my pops. We've been Mavs fans our whole life, and just say something more about the background of why you've been a Mavs fan your whole life and why you started this show. Kind of towards the start of the season, but not towards game one. But just get some of the background towards man.
Well, I've been a Mavericks fan since Roy Tarpley. I go way back. Brad Davis. I go way back to the days when we didn't win anything. And then I go back to the 90s also. We had Jim Jackson, Jamal Mashburn, Jason Kidd. They were fighting over Tony Braxton back in the 90s, way before social media. I go way back to those days when people were saying, why are you wearing Maverick stuff? Now we got fans. I brought my son into this when he was born.
Yeah.
Born on the first day, the time we went to the final in 2006, the day that we brought him home, that's the day that we started our finals run. So he was born into this, and we are Mavericks fans for life, and we have great conversations about our team. So now you guys can hear him also.
Yeah, man. So it's time to bring all them years and obviously diehard years of our whole
Yes,
lives of Mavs fans to bring it to kind of a bigger platform for other people to hear in on our conversation. Of course, them y'all also have your own input and your own comments, and of course, bring more Mavs fans together. Have a community, have a little like I said, just have a community, have obviously talk about the pros, the cons of the team, the future, the past, the present. We here for everything. Anything that's resolving the Royale blue and the white and black with the horse logo, we're all here for it, man. So today, obviously, is November 5th on Tuesday. Is election night actually, but just the night before, the Mavericks played the Indiana Pacers in the home and lost. So obviously, we both know Pacers have our former coach Rick Carlisle, and the Pacers are known for having a high-paced team.
yes.
And obviously, they ain't won the Mavs out the gym, but when the Mavs need to get a stop, they weren't able to, man. And of course, with the Pacers playing at such a high engine the whole game, and the other team, my losing a little steam towards the end of the game. It for sure showed towards the end. The Pacers won. They went and winning the game 134 to 127. So, what are your thoughts about this game?
Thoughts are we need to stay away from the Indiana Pacers as much as possible. They got an old saying that says styles make fights, and we cannot beat the Indiana Pacers. They swept us last year. They're probably going to sweep us this year. That's just keep it funky. We cannot play well with this basketball team. I don't know if Rick Carlisle, every time he sees us, he's like, if y'all don't do nothing else, make sure you beat the Mavericks. he thought he got done wrong when he left here at Dallas. I don't understand, but he's a great basketball coach. I mean, he just wore out his welcome here in Dallas. It was time for him to go move on. He's doing a great job in the Indiana Pacers, and the Pacers is a perfect name for the pace of basketball they play in Indiana. They're a good basketball team, but I'm not worried early in the season. Our Mavericks got plenty of time. We got a lot of new players on the roster. We got plenty of time to figure out a rotation between now and the playoffs.
Yeah, man. So that little reference you had with saying Pacers is the perfect team name. Yeah, that's an understatement. People can't. That's like something made up in a book, literally. But yeah, man, with the new additions to the roster, now Najee Marshall, Quinn Grimes, two of the biggest acquisitions we had in during the offseason. Quinn Grimes only played 10 minutes last night, and put up nothing when it comes to the box score, when it comes to point wise, only shot one shot. But Najee Marshall did have a really good game last game. It put up 20 points. And of course, Luka did his thing with 34, 15 assists. He's actually, there's only a certain amount, there's only three guys ahead of him all time that had 30 points and 15 assists in the game. Who are more than him and doing his whole career. So he's fourth all time in that. He had 34 points, 15 assists, and 7 boards. Kyrie, chipped in his usual 27 points. PJ Washington had a real off game, his first off game of the whole year. Shot 3 for 11, was not his best shooting night. Shot over 5 from 3. Klay Thompson doing what we need him to do, which is make threes, and he did that. Shot 4 for 8 from deep.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively. Derek Lively, who didn't play, in injuring the shoulder doing warm-ups. So we did see Dwight Powell minutes last night, which was not the best look. But Of course, when Derek Lively comes back healthy, we will see the Mavs back at full health. So what? So far, with the Mavs, coming into this year, not the best, but not the worst. So coming in, off a couple wins, a couple losses. So what thoughts so far in the season, man?
Like I said, man, it's early. It's kind of hard to gauge what type of team we're going to be towards the end of the season. Because last year we struggled and our defense was terrible. And our defense started to improve when we started playing some basketball games and actually starting putting some games together and winning games. Because last year I was worried about us even making the playoffs. I'm not going to lie to you. You saw the videos I did about that and how we said Jace Kidd need to do a better job at coaching. Maybe you heard me talking because he took his hands out of his pocket and coached us to a championship run last year. Nobody saw that coming. Nobody did. Everyone,
Yeah.
oh, Minnesota's going to go. Oh, Detroit, Denver's going to go.
OKC.
OKC's going to go. None of those teams went to the finals. It was the Dallas Mavericks. That's right, baby. So I'm not worried. It's so early in the season. I wish I want to be a dominant home team. I mean, we've lost. I think we have a 5-game homestand. We've lost 2 of the games already. I don't like that. I want us not to win every game at home, but I want people to know when you come to Dallas and play, bring your hard hat because it's not going to be an easy basketball game. And I want to get back to that to be dominant home game, home team. That way, when you get to the playoffs, people know it ain't going to be no easy dub trying to come down here and beat us.
Yeah, man. So yeah, you do stand correct on the five game homestand. The first game of that was against the Rockets. It was on Halloween night. We lost that one. The one night after that against the Magic, and of course lost last night against the Pacers. So we have 2 more games left of this homestand against the Bulls and the Phoenix Suns on Friday night. So against the Bulls, you think we'll pull out that win for that one?
The Bulls are playing much better too, so
Very
don't
good ball.
that's
Very
not
good.
going to be an easy win either. So you got to bring it every night, man. They got a lot of young, good basketball teams in the NBA right now, and everyone's fresh. The season just started. We ain't even played 10 games yet, so it'd be nice to get a finish off this homestand with 2 victories and be above 500 at home so far this season.
Yeah, man, that would be nice because I remember last year we started off the season 8-2, but with that first 10 games,
Yeah,
and everything kind of spiraled out of control. I want to say we didn't play great, but we did not play we did not play to Maverick standard, man.
yeah.
And when you have a player like Luka Doncic on your team,
Mm-hmm.
you should never ever, especially going to the Christmas time or All-Star break, you should never be hovering over 500. Never.
No.
You should always be within the top 4, top 5 at minimum of the teams in your conference, man. When you have a player of that caliber, who we both know, we've seen since his rookie year in 2018 how he has become one of the best offensive weapons in NBA history, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, the best him and Jokic right there neck and neck for the best offensive weapon in the NBA right now. So I think I do agree with you. Right now it's too early in the year to kind of gauge how the Mavericks are. I think you have to get a bigger sample, like 25 games, or like you said earlier off the recording. Just Christmas Day, and right after that, okay, let's get going. We'll probably 20 some games. Let's get going. We just get all the butterflies out, all the little all the just everything was coming to settling down. That should be out the window.
What's your ideal starting lineup? You think? I mean, we haven't played a lot of games yet, but what do you think our best starting lineup is right now? That's going to change, but right now we're going to start these 5 guys at the end of the game. We want to get this win. What 5 players are you going to have out there?
So you want the closing lineup or the starting lineup?
The closing lineup.
Closing lineup. Okay, so give me Luka at the one. Well,
yes,
Kyrie at the one. Kyrie Luka combo guard. You know how that goes. Give me Klay Thompson. Obviously, we need a dude that can obviously have gravity towards himself, so that could bring more space to the floor when it comes to Luka or Kyrie having the ball in their hands. I don't hate to say it, but I'm gonna have to say, man, Najee Marshall. I hate to put PJ Washington on the bench, but while we have a sniper shooter out there with Klay Thompson and Najee Marshall being more of a defending he could defend the 1 through 4.
He's
PJ
he's he's,
Washington,
he's bigger than PJ, also, isn't he?
not weight wise, height wise, wingspan wise, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
But I think PJ Washington can go 1 through 5 in my opinion. But I think Najee Marshall is more of an athletic, more of a versatile top defender. You could put him, you could very much hound some of the best ball handlers in the whole entire
yeah.
league.
He had a nice game last night too.
Very nice game. And for our 5 man, I'll have to put Derek Lively. I put Derek Lively out there because I think, especially when you put him on the free throw okay. When it comes to vote, let's say we want a 5 out, 4 out, 1 in. We have Derek Lively at the come back to 10 feet away from the rim. And of course you put him in that position, and whenever the Luke and Kyrie ask for a screen and they come blitz him, they dump it off to Lively, and he's in that position. He's a better passer than Gafford. We've seen time when Gafford in the playoffs make the wrong decision
Yeah.
and throwing the ball away, turnover. Lively, I think he's a better passer than Gafford, and makes calm down, make the right decision. We're not in a rush or nothing. There's still 10, 15 seconds left on the shot clock. You have time to make the right decision. So I think Dylan Lively is a better center player in the closing lineup. What do you think?
I 100% agree, but I can go either way with him or
Gafford,
PJ or Gafford. I mean, what's good about our roster? We have a lot of interchangeable parts because Lively and Gafford, that center position, we might have the best combination of bigs in the NBA right now. We got them by accident. I mean, no one knew Lively was going to be this good, and Gafford, we got him from the Wizards. On the cheap. Yeah, on the cheap. So him and PJ, it's been working really good, the trades we've been making lately to make our roster better. We have weaknesses, and you got to give our GM credit. He went out there and got the players we need. So I think we're pretty deep at 2 or 3 positions on our roster, and I think we'll be fine. Just like I said, PJ's out, we put Marshall in there, and Lively, Gafford. I knew it was a problem last night when I looked up and saw your favorite player. You've been trying to get traded forever on the court.
And I
saw him on the court. I was like, oh, somebody must be hurt. Or hurt or in foul trouble. It's one of the two when he's out there. Or we up 30 or down 30. There's only a few reasons why he's gonna be on the court.
Yeah, man. I just took a picture with him when I was like 8 years old, I think.
I still got that on my phone.
Yeah, man. So it was a long time ago. But yeah, I do think we have a very I do agree with you that we have the best two-man center lineup in the whole entire league. I mean rotation. My bad. Only team that's somewhat, I guess you could go with us on that is probably the Celtics. Well, I mean, what don't the Celtics have? They have everything.
Yeah, I know.
They have Porzingis, Al Horford, JB, JT. I go on and on about them, but forget about Celtics. We don't talk about them, man. They just kryptonite at this point. But yeah, man. I do think the Mavericks. But like we did talk about this earlier off the recording too. You were saying how Jada Hardy, not really stepping up as much as he was before last year after signing a new contract, and then we just kind of taking his minutes. Yeah. And of course, X is going to come back eventually. So you said it's gonna be our man. It's gonna be our man now with possibly getting released, possibly getting traded, or possibly just being a bench reserve. So who you think out of Dinwiddie, Hardy, and Dr. Exum, who's that going to be?
It seems like some of the interviews I saw with Jason Kidd that he really likes Jaden Hardy. He really likes his versatility, good ball handler. I think Exum might be the guy. He's injury prone, seems like at this point. He missed quite a few games last year, and he's missed the beginning of this season. So I think he might end up being that odd man out because, forget, we also have Quentin Grimes. We got to fit him into our rotation too. We made a trade. Did we trade for him or pick him up for wherever he's on our roster? And I think they want to put him into the rotation too. So we got a lot of players, which is a good problem to have. I mean, a lot of times you have these rosters and oh man, I wish we had this, we had that. We have pretty much everything. We just got to figure out how to put those puzzle pieces together and make it all flow good.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I think we did trade for Quinn Grimes. We traded for him. We traded Tim Hardaway for the Pistons to get Quinn Grimes.
Yeah,
but that was doing free agency. But
poor Timmy. I like Tim Hardaway, man. He came up clutch for us so many times in the last few years, but just last year he just could not make a shot.
Couldn't.
I know his dad was getting pissed off. But hey, man, your son ain't making shots. What you want us to do? He's not making the shots.
I mean, we've seen a game 2 or game 3, if I'm not mistaken. We seen Jason Kidd implement him to see that could be more of a boost off the bench and bring more shooting. Because
Yeah.
I'm not sure if y'all remember doing game 1 and game 2 of the NBA Finals, Luka Doncic was the only man to have a three. PJ Washington, Derrick Jones Jr., Kyrie Irving, and PJ and everyone could not hit a three besides Luka Doncic. It was like a one man show out there. Try to implement Tim Hardaway Jr. and he shot and he put up a dud, 0 for 5 in game 3. But game 4 he did have that little moment. You remember when he that popped off like 4 straight threes, and we thought, oh yeah, we back, come back. Then he put him out to game 5, and he didn't do
Put
nothing.
up a house of bricks.
House of bricks, and just like that, man. It was very short lived, man. But I do think we are very more capable of getting back to the promised land and getting back to basketball in June.
Yeah.
I really do think we have the roster that's built for it. We are deep in the last year
Yes, sir.
and another year of experience. But the only team I know it's supposed to be a Maverick show, but the only team I am worried about is the team in the middle of nowhere, and that's the OKC Thunder. OKC Thunder, man, with Shea Gills Alexander, J Dub, J Will, Alex Caruso, Isaiah Hornstein. Don't
Chet,
get me started on
Chet.
Wemby's main villain, Chet Holmgren. I do think that the Thunder is going to give us a 1-5 money, man, and do think they'll easily our biggest threat. What do you think?
I 100% agree with you. We said that before the season even started that we thought the Oklahoma City. Now, their only weakness last year, they didn't have experience. They got that in the playoff last year. You can tell it was a big difference with the experience team when we played them in the playoff. They just weren't ready for that yet. But this year, I'm pretty sure they learned. They're going to be a problem in the Western Conference. But I still think our best, once we figure out our rotation, they're still working on theirs too. They got new players. Once we get our rotation the way we want it, we're gonna be hell to beat also in the playoffs. I don't see too many teams beating us either. If you look at the power rankings and odds for the finals, we're like number 2 or 3 right now. Not that can't change every single day, but that's right now way up there.
Yeah, man. I don't honestly, man. The odds thing, the only time that the odds thing really matters to me is if you're talking about betting on one specific game right before. That's the only. Other than that, when it comes to putting the odds championship or the odds for the next championship, that junk we don't mean nothing to me, man. And stuff could change so much. Players could get hurt. Chemistry doesn't click. Chemistry's not clicking right now for the Bucks, and I bet you the Bucks will higher than us when it comes to preseason championship odds. So a lot of stuff can happen, man. But like I said, I do think that we are clicking right now to the best of our abilities. Well, I feel like we will be clicking to the best of our abilities when it comes
Yeah,
Christmas time. Like always, it's like the Mavericks doing the Luka LB always has kind of slow starts. Well, last year we had a decent start, but then it's kind of started going a little bad. But I do think after Christmas, usually happens for the past 3-4 years. We always get on a long streak going into the playoffs, and been in the Western Conference Finals 2 of the past 3 years, man.
I,
And
I I'm expecting big things out of Luca this year. I always expect big things out of Luca. Like you said, he's definitely, if not the best offensive player in the NBA, he's definitely top 2 or 3. Um, I'm expecting an MVP season out of Luka Doncic this year and actually winning it because he should have won last year, and I think this year they'll do the right thing. He'll get it.
do the right thing, Spike Lee. But
Yes, right.
what
Yeah,
I say
right.
was, man, I do think that Luca should have won it last year, 100%. No
Yeah,
question. Of course, people brought up, well, Luca was a fifth seed. They only won 50 games. Okay, when Jokic won his first MVP, he was a sixth seed. So we're not going to do that. Let's not bring up specifically seeding. If it just goes to the best team with the best player, we can change up the MVP conversation so much for all
yeah.
the
In that case, Russell Westbrook should never won it either. But I
yeah,
think
but
they were a low seed when he won his too. So
seventh seed, I'm not
yeah.
mistaken.
So this year I expect him, which I know that's not the end goal. We want to win the championship, but I
Championship.
would
Yeah,
like to see
if we get
Luca.
the MVP, I want something on the hand.
Yeah, I want Luca to win the MVP. I want the MVP and I want a championship.
Simple.
That we won in 2011. That's getting further and further away. It's time to hang another
13
banner.
years.
It's time to
13.
get. It's time to get a new stadium and trying to hang with another banner in the American Airlines Center. I don't care what no one says.
Just imagine, man. But yeah, man. I do think that Luca will. I think it's voters fatigue, man. I really think it's voters fatigue because
It
Luca.
does. It happens.
Yeah, it happens a lot, man. I think especially for him, think about it, he's been first team All NBA. He got drafted in 2018. He's been in the league for this will be his seventh year because it's 2024, 2025 year.
Crazy.
Yes, he's been first team All NBA 6 times,
Mm-hmm.
if not five. Either one, that's still crazy. He's been elite every single year he's been in the league. It's been consistent as been getting better numbers wise every single time. He averaged 34 last year. Let's see if he can even up it to 35 or 36 this year, man. It's ridiculous to see what he's doing and to see he's even only been the runner up once. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
We'll see though, man, because I do think he's beginning cheated when it comes to the in NBA MVP race. But we'll see in the future, man. We'll see about that. So once again, the main goal is to get the NBA championship. Simple as that. You agree?
Yeah, it's about championships. Nothing else matters when it comes when you're playing professional sports because all these guys are rich. They have endless amount of money. They have this. They have that. Individual goals and awards are cool, but I guarantee you, the people that have won MVP awards and stuff, they would trade all that stuff in for an NBA championship. Now,
Charles Barkley.
I never played professional sports, but I guarantee you that's a special moment. And I want the Mavericks to feel that feeling again. They did it in 2011. It's time to get back again.
Charles Barkley would. Allen Iverson would.
Yeah.
What's his name? Steve Nash would.
Yeah.
Hey, all of them would for 100%. Because you got all the MVPs you want. If you ain't got no ring, you will always be considered underrated. Same thing with Harden. I think Harden, in my opinion, is one of the best offensive weapons and players in NBA history. But he will always be underrated, not appreciated, because he ain't get the big one.
But it takes a team.
Takes a team. Takes a team, man. It's not. This ain't tennis.
No, it takes a team to win a championship. You want to win a championship? Everybody got to be pulling on the same rope in the same direction. We can't have some person pulling this way, pulling that way. We all have to have that rope and be in sync and pulling the same way if we want to win the championship. And that's it. That's in every sport.
Well, yeah, man, for sure.
So we'll see, man. I'm very excited for the season. I'm glad I'm normally not this excited for the NBA season. It's early in the season, but I'm pretty excited for this season to look to see what our Mavericks can get done in this season. If we can get back to a championship, the hunger is going to be there. We have the roster. We have the coaching. Now we have a good culture going on in Dallas, and I'm expecting big things in Big D. Pause.
Big D, huh?
Don't do that.
Okay. But yeah, man. That's really all we got for today, man. Small sample size, little 20-minute show.
Yes, sir.
It felt like 5, but obviously we could talk on and on about it, and we will have more. I'm just excited talking about this, man. Specifically about Mavs. You just get my blood for, get my juice for, man. But we will have shows talking about the present season. We'll talk about. We'll have random shows talk about can you go math for math players? Can you start naming random math players like I always cook us some names, Bernard James, Shane Larkin. You can go on and on about everything. So obviously, man, this is just a start of something special, and we're gonna take it to the top.
Yes, sir.
Not
only that, we're gonna talk about old games, throwback games. We'll bring up all type of stuff, man. We'll have questions. People want to ask us questions about what our favorite uniform was for the Mavericks. We got a lot of stuff we can talk about, man. And we got a rich history. Not the championships yet. We're working on that rich history of the Dallas Mavericks, and this is the place you want to get all your Mavericks news and updates. This is the show you want to be watching.
It's a show right here, man. My name is Chris Glenn, and you are?
It's Gerald Glenn, man.
We out.
What's the name of the show?